Libya's story begins long before the borders we know today. Imagine a land where ancient civilizations thrived. This is the legacy of Libya. In the north, along the Mediterranean coast, powerful city-states emerged. These were founded by the Phoenicians, skilled traders and sailors. The Phoenicians built trading posts that grew into bustling centers. They brought their culture and alphabet. Later, the Greeks arrived, drawn by Libya's strategic location. They established their own colonies, like Cyrene. This city became a center for learning and philosophy. These ancient influences shaped Libya's early identity. Libya became a melting pot of cultures. Phoenician, Greek, and indigenous Berber traditions blended. This mix is still visible in Libya today. From the ruins of Leptis Magna to the ancient city of Sabratha, remnants of this rich past can be seen. As the Roman Empire expanded, it reached North Africa. Libya, with its strategic coastline, became part of this vast empire. Initially, the Romans saw Libya as a frontier. It was a land of desert nomads and coastal cities. However, they soon discovered its potential. Libya's fertile land, when properly irrigated, could produce abundant crops. The Romans transformed Libya into a vital granary. They built roads, aqueducts, and cities. Leptis Magna, the birthplace of Emperor Septimius Severus, flourished under Roman rule. It became one of the most magnificent cities in the Roman world. Roman law and administration were introduced. Latin, the language of Rome, spread throughout the region. However, Roman rule was not without its challenges. Local tribes often resisted Roman authority. Despite these uprisings, Roman influence on Libyan culture and infrastructure was profound. It laid the groundwork for future civilizations. The Roman Empire eventually declined. In its wake, a new force was emerging in the Arabian Peninsula, Islam. In the 7th century AD, Arab armies carrying the message of Islam reached North Africa. Libya too witnessed the arrival of these conquerors. They brought with them a new religion, a new language, and a new way of life. Islam spread rapidly through Libya. The Arabs established new cities and trade routes. Tripoli, a former Roman outpost, became a major center of Islamic learning and commerce. Arabic replaced Latin as the dominant language. Islamic law and customs took root. The arrival of Islam brought a new chapter in Libyan history. It connected Libya to the wider Arab and Islamic world. This connection had a profound impact on Libyan society. It shaped its culture, its laws, and its worldview. The legacy of Islam is visible everywhere in Libya today, from its mosques to its everyday customs. For centuries, Libya was ruled by various Arab dynasties. Power shifted, empires rose and fell, but Libya remained a vital part of the Islamic world. Then came a new power, the Ottoman Empire. In the 16th century, the Ottomans, centered in Constantinople, modern-day Istanbul, extended their reach across North Africa. Libya came under their control. The Ottomans brought their own system of governance. They appointed governors called pashas to rule over Libyan provinces. While they exerted control, they often relied on local leaders to maintain order. This era saw a mix of cooperation and resistance. Some Libyan tribes allied with the Ottomans, while others fiercely guarded their independence. Piracy flourished along the Libyan coast during this period. The Ottomans often turned a blind eye as it benefited their interests. This added to the complex and often turbulent history of Libya under Ottoman rule. It was a time of gradual integration into a vast empire. As the Ottoman Empire weakened, European powers saw an opportunity. Italy, eager to expand its colonial possessions, set its sights on Libya. In 1911, Italy declared war on the Ottomans and invaded Libya. The Libyans, however, were not willing to be colonized. They resisted fiercely. Led by Omar Mukhtar, a respected religious leader and skilled strategist, the Libyan resistance put up a valiant fight. For over 2 decades, Mukhtar's guerrilla tactics frustrated the Italians. He became a symbol of Libyan resistance against foreign rule. Despite their courage and determination, the Libyans faced superior Italian firepower. The Italians, using tanks, planes, and poison gas, gradually gained the upper hand. They captured Omar Mukhtar in 1931 and executed him. His death marked a turning point in the conflict, effectively crushing the resistance. However, Mukhtar's legacy of resistance continued to inspire generations of Libyans. Section 6. World War II and the Path to Independence. World War II engulfed much of the globe, and Libya became a battleground. Italian and German forces clashed with British and Allied troops in the North African desert. The war brought devastation to Libya. Cities were bombed, infrastructure destroyed, and the economy disrupted. Yet, amidst the chaos, a glimmer of hope emerged. The war weakened the European powers. After the war, the international community began to support the idea of independence for colonized nations. For Libya, this was a turning point. In 1951, the United Nations passed a resolution granting Libya its independence. On December 24, 1951, Libya declared its independence, ending centuries of foreign rule. King Idris I, a descendant of the Senussi dynasty, became the first ruler of the newly independent Kingdom of Libya. This marked a new chapter, filled with hope and the promise of a brighter future. Section 7. Gaddafi's Rise and Rule, a Controversial Legacy. In 1969, a young army officer named Muammar Gaddafi seized power in a bloodless coup. King Idris was deposed and the monarchy abolished. Gaddafi established the Libyan Arab Republic, promising a new era of revolution and social justice. He implemented his own political philosophy, known as the Third Universal Theory, outlined in his Green Book. Gaddafi nationalized industries, invested in social programs, and sought to raise Libya's profile on the world stage. He used oil wealth to fund infrastructure projects and improve living standards. However, his rule was also marked by authoritarianism and human rights abuses. Political opposition was brutally suppressed. Gaddafi's foreign policy was often unpredictable, supporting various revolutionary movements around the world. While some admired his anti-imperialist stance and social reforms, others criticized his repressive tactics and erratic behavior. His rule remained a subject of intense debate. Libya under Gaddafi was a complex and often contradictory mix of progress and repression. Section 8. Revolution, Chaos, and the Search for Unity. The Arab Spring, a wave of pro-democracy uprisings that swept across the Arab world in 2011, reached Libya. Protests against Gaddafi's rule erupted in Benghazi and quickly spread. The situation escalated into a full-blown civil war. Gaddafi's forces responded with brutal force, but the rebels, supported by NATO airstrikes, gradually gained ground. In October 2011, Gaddafi was captured and killed by rebel fighters. His death marked the end of his 4-decade rule but plunged Libya into further chaos. The country fractured, with rival militias vying for power. Two main governments emerged, one in the east and one in the west, each backed by different factions and foreign powers. The fragile peace was shattered by renewed conflict. Attempts at reconciliation and establishing a unified government faced numerous setbacks. The proliferation of weapons, the presence of foreign fighters, and the deep-rooted divisions within Libyan society made the situation extremely volatile. Libya struggled to rebuild after Gaddafi, its path to peace and unity fraught with challenges. Section 9. Libya today, navigating a complex present, seeking a hopeful future. Libya today stands at a crossroads. The country is still grappling with the legacy of Gaddafi's rule and the aftermath of the 2011 revolution. The political landscape remains fragmented, with a UN-backed government of national unity struggling to assert its authority. Armed groups and militias continue to hold sway in various parts of the country. The economy, heavily dependent on oil exports, has been severely impacted by the conflict. Infrastructure remains damaged and basic services are often disrupted. Yet amidst these challenges, there are glimmers of hope. Libyans have shown remarkable resilience and a strong desire for peace and unity. Efforts to disarm militias, promote dialogue, and hold elections are ongoing. The international community is also engaged in supporting Libya's transition. The path ahead remains uncertain, but the Libyan people have demonstrated their determination to build a better future. Their journey is a testament to the enduring spirit of a nation seeking to heal its wounds and reclaim its destiny. Thanks you for joining us to learn about the history of Libya. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video about Libya's fascinating history. Bye for now.